well. Ball in the air. TCU wins the pinball and rolling from Mullet Arena in Tempe. The Horned Frogs trying to match a program record 25 wins, which could come tonight in the desert. It's Van Lith. Transfer from LSU, immediately popping a three and knocking it down. A shrug of the shoulders. It's what TCU does. And a wide open look kicks off their night offensively. Van Lith, 17 points per game.
She said she styled her game after Diana Taurasi, and that shrug was very much Diana Taurasi.
You know, she's in Diana's city tonight, and she's going to be fired up to play. We saw her in quite the jovial mood in pregame warm-ups. Here's Madison Connor, a native of Chandler, Arizona, for two in purple. Van Lith on a step back. Missed it that time, it rimmed out. Rebound batted around, and the Horned Frogs keep possession. Double dribble, though, will give it to Arizona State as Donovan Hunter, who's making her first start since January 4th against Cincinnati, turned it over there.
Knowing the power that TCU has in the paint, Arizona State's rebounding tonight is also going to play a huge role for them.
That's a great point, Arnesia. TCU nearly +8 in terms of rebounding per game. Here's Lovett at the top of the key, defended by Van Lith. Sophomore for ASU, hands back Michaela Moores, making another start. She's really gotten the minutes bump due to the recent rash of injuries for the Sun Devils. So Skinner draws inside, and she'll
definitely need to do more than the intangibles and keeping the energy up that she does regularly.
It is that dynamic duo for Skinner and Brown. 17 per game over the last 5 for Ty Skinner. Knocks down that first free throw. 20 against Utah on Saturday. Two of two from the line for the Sun Devil point guard. And some full court man-to-man defense shown for Arizona State here off the inbound. Van Lith gets it across. Amanopu will lob it down low for Prince. Physical post player couldn't get it to go, but a whistle will be called on Basham. That's imperative for Arizona State tonight, keeping Kennedy Basham out of foul trouble. They have Nevaeh Parkinson, who will come in off the bench for ASU, another post player. But frankly, it's been a struggle all year long, and ASU, the only team in the Big 12 that has someone at the same height as Prince. As you take a look at the comparisons in terms of their height and also the shot blocking ability that they both have.
I agree. There hasn't really been a game where they haven't needed Kennedy's height, and she hasn't gotten a chance to really show what she can bring to the table because she is in foul trouble and on the bench, unfortunately.
Barely was able to play much against Utah under 20 minutes. 7.7 boards in that game against the Utes. ASU went small, really, the majority of that game. Prince goes 2 of 2 from the line. TCU jumps out to an early 3-point lead. Here's Brown. Drive off the dribble to the mid-range. That's her game, but the jumper wouldn't fall. Rebound for Prince, who's one of the nation's elite double-double threats. 12 double-doubles so far this year. She had 13 a year ago. And Amanopu knocks down a 3. 5'11" grad student from Australia. And TCU started hot from downtown. That's no surprise. 2 of 3. Here's Brown. Breaking down the defense. Turning around, kicking off Basham, who will drive baseline. Cut off by Prince. Looking for help, finds Brown. 10 to shoot. Dribbles off to her left. Good help side defense by Van Lith. But now it's Lovett weaving through defenders. Going up with the left hand. That's a pretty move for Lovett.
That was a great move from Lovett. She was so calm in there. Took her time, got to 2 feet, and was able to pivot, find that opening.
You know it's that factor for Jaya Lovett, and frankly, many of these Sun Devils, when you're playing a top 10 team and a team with star power like TCU, you're going to elevate your game as well, as Van Lith just worked through the defense. A hot knife.
Strong. Arizona State has to do a better job just based off that, knowing who's on the court, knowing there's
frankly a walking double-double. First in the Big 12 in field goal percentage. Someone who's very experienced in the game, has started her career at Texas and went to Oregon for 3 years, then her second year here at TCU under Mark Campbell. Found a home in Fort Worth, and this Horned Frog program setting records already. She'll check out after knocking down the second free throw. And Deja Merrill will check into the game, the reserve big for TCU.
This would be a good time for Arizona State to try to work it inside.
Parkinson in there for Basham. And back Brown, who's been very active in the early going, to no surprise. Whips a pass off to the wing for Levette. Now it's Parkinson. Physical post move for Nevaeh Parkinson, and she draws the foul. That's a fun game. Didn't really favor her play preference, if you will. It was so up-tempo for so long. Parkinson, someone who has shown at times this year flashes of being able to really be ASU's maybe second best scorer. They need her to be that tonight.
She looks locked in right now, and that example there, just being able to post up and make that move and get to the free throw line, shows that she knows what she's in for right now.
3 of the first 5 points for ASU have come at the charity stripe. ASU, the best team of the Big 12 in terms of free throw shooting. A foul there will go on Jai Levette. A pair of number 4s were tangled together up the floor.
And that was an easy call for the refs. You just can't put your hands on the player. You want to keep space between someone that is charging at you, so you don't have to do that.
Just over 3 minutes in. It's Van Lith, who's looked confident, attacking in the early going. A kick out to Connor. No good that time, and you're almost surprised when she misses a 3. 49% from downtown in conference play, but then it's clinical passing off the offensive board, and Merrill's on the scoreboard. The first field goal of the game for the Horned Frogs inside the three-point arc. That's really the big discrepancy among several between these two teams. The defense for TCU is strong. They give up just 57 points per game. For ASU, 76 points per game allowed, and you get the sense that's just not attainable if they want to stay close in this game tonight. A couple more subs. Taylor Bigby, who has typically been a starter for the Horned Frogs. She's in there for Hunter, and we see Heavenly Greer into the game for ASU. If you're a team that struggles defensively, this is not the roster you want to go up against. Star power all over. Not inside Van Lith. Great handles, but then threw it away. It's intended for Bigby, and TCU gives it away for the second time in the opening 4 minutes.
That's tough for Van Lith. She made such a good drive, and we know she's looking to make those kicks if she doesn't have something. Her teammate, actually, the way it moves, no, it can work the same. You're supposed to move on the wing up or down. I think just a little off.
Skinner. 2 post players on the attack for Arizona State as Brown misses a 3 from the wing, and Van Lith skied up to keep that loose ball alive, and ultimately fell into the hands of Emma Nopu. Connor barking out signals. As we said, the senior from Chandler, Arizona, the one-time Arizona Wildcat, carried the basketball. And it goes back to ASU. So the turnover bug biting TCU a little bit in the early going, as we'll see Leah Robertson into the ball game for the first time for the Horned Frogs. Arizona State just 1 for 5 from the floor so far. You see Connor, who played 3 years of high school ball at Perry High School. Playing in front of friends and family. Had over 50 friends and family on Saturday against Arizona down in Tucson. And a bunch of family members here in Tempe again today. Stay with ASU.
That was a great job of Jalen staying with that there and getting her own rebound to try and get that second.
She unable to capitalize off of the turnovers from TCU thus far. Here's Skinner missing, looked like a long 2, and the rebound will fall to Hunter. Come the Horned Frogs on the attack. Can't leave Connor open. She's now 0 of 2 from downtown as the rebound was poked way out near midcourt. And here comes Levette. And back Skinner. Will hesitate. Dance on the baseline, missed the layup, and it's Connor to clear. So 1 of 9 from the floor for Arizona State to start. Slow starts have been the issue really all year long for ASU, but they get another turnover, this time an offensive foul, and it goes against Merrill per game. So they're already high up in terms of what they normally do, although they have the lead in the early going, as Skinner knocks down a 3.
Yeah, TCU not typically a team that is turning it over, but I think they might be trying to play just fast and get themselves going, and that does happen sometimes.
Beautiful pick and roll. Prince couldn't quite hit it off the window. Nice battle for the offensive rebound. Hunter keeps it alive and is fouled on her way up to the basket. So while the turnovers have been an issue already for TCU, offensive rebound.
Definitely going to have to pick up their defensive rebounding for this game. I say it all the time. I know rebounding leads to other things, and it makes an impact in other ways. But this one specifically, they played good defense, got their stop, missed the rebound, and now one of their leading players has a foul.
Donovan Hunter knocking down a pair of free throws, a sophomore from Medford, Oregon, and a transfer from Oregon State. Was a Beaver last year and was all Pac-12 at Oregon State. Nice job defensively by Bigby to read that back. As you know, defense is really the name of their game and how they've proven to be one of the better mid-major programs in all of college basketball. Something they track for TCU are kills. That's 3 stops in a row. They have a board that says kills, and they're passionate about that board. Basham, a pretty move, but couldn't finish. And here come the Horned Frogs. It's a balanced team for TCU. Van Lith. She's so quick on the handle. Look to drive around Greer, spin around and kick out. Van Lith will call for it right back. She's got a matchup she likes. But had it poked free by Greer. Impressive defense for the senior from Phoenix. Skinner on the hezzy. Falls away and missed. Couldn't get the whistle. And TCU pushes ahead in transition. Van Lith works with the right hand. Now Hunter, inside 3 minutes to go, first quarter. The follow away is pure for Prince. First field goal tonight for Sedona Prince, 5 points, 3 boards. In the early going for the graduate student from Liberty Hall, Texas.
Sedona hasn't hit many of those yet. I know she's just getting going, but I feel like Basham shouldn't be stepping away from her too much, even though everyone's worried about Van Lith. Sedona is a major threat that they have to take care of.
Yeah, that was a lot of open space for Prince, and now an offensive foul will go against Jalen Brown. Yeah, that is Jalen Brown who picked up the foul, and that's her second. That's a huge call, and it'll draw on Michaela Moore to come back in for ASU. So early foul trouble for the Sun Devils. Moore, who already has 2 fouls, will come back in, and the Sun Devils' leading scorer, our impact player we spotlighted off the top of the show. Frankly, the Sun Devils needed to go off in a big way. We'll have to sit down. Already a shorthanded Arizona State squad. Here's Bigby. Got around the defender to the cup, no good. Rebound back tapped, and it's Skinner who will pick it up. Sun Devils love to move it quickly ahead. They're doing the same thing in the beginning of the game tonight, although they're just 2 of 12 from the floor. It's Greer working the pivot, kicking out Basham. The float game is short, and another board for Prince. Here comes Van Lith. Beautiful dump off, and the 2 is there for Hunter. The vision of Haley Van Lith. And it's TCU out to their largest lead in the early going on a 6-0 run right now.
Unfortunately for Ty, there was nothing that she really could have done in that situation. She played it right. She was guarding 2 people, kind of hedged between both, but of course Van Lith is known to get that pass off.
First time of the night for Van Lith. TCU 5 assists on 5 made field goals so far. Late in the shot clock here for Levette. Works around a screen. Good move to the basket. Got it over Prince, but no good. 4 on 4 is Prince and Levette both trailing. It's Hunter. Back-to-back field goals from Van Lith. And a timeout for Arizona State. An offense for the whole. 7 years as an assistant at Oregon, where an assistant coach for Sabrina Ionescu and the Ducks high rise through the ranks of the Pac-12. Now just in year 2 at TCU after a brief stop at.
He has, I mean, he's a good coach.
Yeah, he is. And not only that, but it's his system. And you can tell he's built the culture as well here at TCU. And the defense being a big stress point for the Horned Frogs. Just to go back to that point, TCU on track right now to be the highest scoring team in program history, and right now the 2nd best in terms of points given up per game. Safe to say it's the best team in Horned Frog history. A beautiful drive on the baseline there for Emma Nopu. And the Horned Frogs have opened it up to double digits in the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. So ASU can hold for the final shot of quarter number 1. And it's Skinner isolated straight away. Up to Moore on the wing. Trying to find Basham, who's battling the post. They'll throw it to Basham, and a foul will be called with 10.8 seconds to go, and it will go against Robertson. That was 5th. And it sounds wild to say this considering they're down by 10 after that first free throw went down, but If you look at the stats, you almost feel fortunate that's the case. Big help for that is ASU's now 6 of 8 from the foul line. Throw it ahead, Van Lith. Closing seconds, first quarter. Here's the phenomenal point guard on a step-back three. Missed it short. Basham with a rebound. Skinner will throw up a prayer. It will not count anyways, and it takes us to
conference.
Especially with the mojo TCU's been playing with. A whole lot of purple in the crowd tonight as Basham connects from 17 feet away. Tough physical post move for Basham in the closing seconds of the first quarter. That's her first field goal. And give Arizona State credit. We said it before the break, shooting just 3 of 15 from the floor, but down just 8 points. Here's Van Lith, a give and go, and a beautiful left-handed layup off the dime from Prince.
So used to seeing the pass come from Van Lith. That was nice to see it coming from Prince.
And a perfect 8 of 8 in terms of assists to field goals so far. Brown, who has those 2 fouls, she's back in there for ASU. Couldn't get the runner to go.
Something about Brown tonight, she's not playing as vertical as she normally does. She's kind of going a little bit side to side, and she's not able to get to the rim to get those shots she normally gets.
Might be a Prince factor with her size and shot blocking ability. That was a great job defensively by both.
For that pass to Van Lith when everybody jumps to her.
Against Arizona.
That was my thought exactly. The free throws are huge.
She's gotta have them. Here's Prince. And back to Madison Connor, who's been quiet in the early going for TCU. Scoreless on 0 of 2 from the floor. Now Van Lith matched up with Brown. Crossover and a kick. Prince, a deep 2. Rims out, no good. Offensive board. Van Lith, a 3. Back iron. And it's Skinner with the board. They throw it ahead to Jalen Brown. Backing down on Van Lith. Inside the painted area. Goes up for a tough 2. And it was deflected out of play. It will stay with ASU.
Not the best idea to force that there.
In terms of ASU offensively so far, Anicia, what changes can they make? Because as you said, Brown doesn't quite look as confident as she has in the past. They've been very successful in terms of draw.
I think it's stuck sometimes in playing basketball where they look like they're playing individually, letting people go one-on-one, which sometimes is good, and that's the game that you're playing. But I think they should try to get some more sets in and get some more points and get themselves going off of half-court offense.
Another isolation 3 that was no good from Skinner. Manopu on the wing, off to Van Lith. Pump fake to the mid-range. Will step back into a lefty jump shot, no good. TCU falling a little bit from the floor, now just 1 of 5 in the second quarter. Here's Levette. Shake and bake, and will throw it out of play. It was deflected, though. Luckily for ASU, they will keep possession, though. It's Michaela Moore, who's back in there with those 2 fouls, along with Jalen Brown. Those 2 have to be very conservative defensively. Skinner will hoist another 3 and hit it this time. 7 shots already attempted from Ty Skinner, and she's got a game-high 9 points. TCU has not scored in over 2 minutes' time. Here's Van Lith. Kick off onto the wing. They throw it down low, and Prince just got great post position. That was just too easy for Sedona Prince.
That was great post position. She got so didn't really have to shoot the ball, just put it behind her.
6-7. We said the 2 tallest players in the conference going at it tonight. Basham and Prince. Here's the matchup of the 2 post players. Basham gives off Michaela Moore, no good from the free throw line, and it's Van Lith with another board. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists so far for Haley Van Lith. Hunter to the short corner. It's pure. And how about the start so far tonight by Donovan Hunter? We mentioned her last start came on January 4th. She's got 8 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists already. Brown is fouled, got it to go, and 1. "15 points, played all 40 minutes against Utah. She's eclipsed 20 points 10 times this season. High volume scorer. ASU back to within 7. Van Lith left all alone. Missed it off to the left, though. Rebounds pulled down. Merrill has it down low, and she finishes. And offensive rebounds absolutely killing Arizona State thus far.
Van Lith all alone, really something you don't want to be saying.
Skinner, a Euro step through traffic, couldn't finish. Another board for Van Lith. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this here. She might be a triple-double threat in this one. Free throw line, Jay Merrill. got the shooter's roll off back iron. And here comes TCU with a little bit of a jolt offensively.
I will not take that bet.
No, so far for Van Lith, 5 points, 3 boards, 4 assists. The more ASU stays in this game, and they have done a really good job of that so far. Give ASU credit. Battling with the 10th ranked Horned Frogs is Parkinson will score on the block.
Great job ready for that rebound. Jai does a really good job of being able to dribble between defenders and get down there, but rebounding and second shots are huge. Nevaeh did a good job there.
Nearly midway through the second quarter. Jovanovic is in the game for TCU. First time we've seen Una Jovanovic, the senior from Santa Clara, California. Van Lith is fouled hard on her drive inside. And the foul called against Arizona State. Inbound Merrill, give back Van Lith. Will step through and couldn't get the roll. Tough shooting start for Haley Van Lith. Now just 2 of 8 from the floor.
The Sun Devils have gotten lucky with those missed shots by TCU because Haley Van Lith is really not a player you should find open on the floor at all.
Mid-range 2 knocked down by Brown. And I think that's a great point, Arnesia, in terms of it's not that TCU's really getting low percentage looks. They've gotten open threes. They're now just 2 of 8 from downtown. It's not hitting them, at least so far in this game. Here's Merrill. Off of the wing to Hunter, backdoor cut inside, and an easy deuce for Bigby. That was a thing of beauty on that set.
They're really good at those screens and cuts to the basket. It feels like they have had control over the game even though it's close in points, and they haven't even had Madison Connor start doing her thing yet.
Yeah, Connor's being scoreless so far in this game. Someone who averages 15 per night for the Horned Frogs. And another chance at a 3-point play for Brown. You look off of the wing for Connor. Let's see if the Frogs can get her going. A 3, missed it short. And Connor now 0 of 3 from downtown. Very uncharacteristic to see that kind of a start from the nation's premier 3-point weapon. Leads the nation in 3-pointers made. Skinner fell down. And it will be an offensive foul, or no, a timeout will be called, rather, on Arizona State. The reversal can't get it to go. Another rebound for Prince. It was a 20-point margin in terms of what the quote-unquote experts expected coming into this game. Here's Van Lith, pick and roll. Prince finishes with the right hand. Another dime from Van Lith, just right into that shooter's pocket, and Prince was able to pop it off glass easily.
I know I'm big on help side, but I don't think Kennedy should be jumping into help side at all with Sedona Prince in the post.
9 points, 7 boards now for Prince. Another shot for Brown. She's been excellent so far tonight. Really in this second quarter especially. Now 9 points for Jalen Brown. ASU trading baskets with the Horned Frogs, just staying within arm's length of the 10th ranked team in the country. Van Lith. Eyes up, reading the defense. Swivel around another screen from Prince. A tough 2, can't get the roll. And the rebound will fall to Basham.
That was great defense by Jalen Brown, going over the screen every single time and making Haley Van Lith take a tough shot that they were able to get the rebound off of.
Brown looked like she might have traveled, but wasn't a whistle. It will end up being TCU basketball regardless. There definitely is an aspect to playing up to your competition. You hear sometimes playing down to your competition, but ASU, they appear to be, although the stat sheets wouldn't suggest it as we've already covered, they're playing in terms of their effort much better than we've seen, especially last game against Utah. Battling with TCU here in this first half. Here's Van Lith. Big step through the lane, had it blocked, but a foul will be called. And Haley Van Lith will head to the charity stripe with a buck through her resume. We'll show you that later tonight. But in terms of winning, time at Louisville, time at LSU, of course. Freshman year, Final Four, Elite Eight, her sophomore, junior, and senior year. And you understand why she really turned TCU into a program people know about. She had that iconic quote early in the year before they played NC State in a game they ended up winning. She said, look, they know about us, about TCU women's basketball. Certainly everyone does now, as Skinner misses the long 3. So the impact that she's had on this program, of course, with that massive social media following, over 1 million followers on Instagram, as Emma Nopu misses a 3 long. There's Van Lith flying in for the board. Possession still alive. Nopu will pop it and knock it down. And second chance points for TCU. Now 9 second chance points in the first half.
The way they move the ball there speaks to how they trust each other as well. You had your top shooter, or Connor, pass the ball around the key to get that ball over there for that three-pointer.
Here's Levette. Over the top of Van Lith. It's automatic from 16. Pretty move for Jaya Levette. 8-point game under a minute to go, first half. Hunter has been perfect. Another easy bucket. That was like a layup line. She hasn't missed a shot so far.
Good defense by Levette, but she didn't have any help behind her.
Foul will be called there on TCU. Goes against Donovan Hunter. And it will be a bonus situation for Arizona State. Free throw's good for Tice Skinner. So the duo of Brown and Skinner have combined for 19 of the 31 points for Natasha Adair's squad. Back down to an 8-point game. Our Frogs have had to have worked at a nitro pace in order to go 2 for 1. They won't. And Hunter's hounded by Skinner here defensively. 15 on the shot clock. Big stage in this game in the closing second quarter. Connor, wraparound find. Prince wide open again off a beautiful find. And how about TCU? 15 assists on 17 made field goals in this first half. Final 5 seconds. It's Skinner working to her left. Gonna have to hoist over the top of Emma Nopu. Banks it home at the buzzer.